In my opinion, Indonesia's dangerous and typically highly explosive Sinabung Volcano has a decent chance of soon erupting. This is the same volcano that in prior years produced images like this and this. While its alert level has not yet been raised nor its exclusion zone recently expanded, I have noted the following changes that have led me to this conclusion. Beginning on July 20th, the rate of volcanic earthquakes began increasing and have largely remained elevated ever since. Then, on August 10th, incandescence was detected at Sinabung summit for the first time since its last eruption ended in 2021. A temperature of nearly 500 degrees Celsius was subsequently detected near its 2021 lava dome, which, yes, is an unusually high temperature for that feature. The next day, vegetation around that lava dome was suddenly found scorched, possibly ignited by either direct heat or the flame from what may have been burning hydrogen. Then, earlier today on August 12, 2026, its degassing plume grew stronger, taller, and then turned a brownish-gray color, suggesting the presence of ash. Before I continue, a very important note. Everything I just said was told to me by third-party sources which I cannot independently verify, and while these sources have proven to be mostly correct in the past, anything said in this video could end up being proven incorrect. I am not an official source, and there will be a lot more opinion instead of hard science in this video, which is not typical of my general work. It's just so many people live near this volcano, numbering in the thousands. It has produced recent VEI4 eruptions. Its eruptions have caused fatalities 3 times in the 21st century, and I don't want to take any chances when a volcano like this is displaying unusual signs of activity. While the brown to gray plume it emitted could have simply been remobilized fine particulates from a prior eruption or material from a rockfall, there is also the chance that Sinabung may already be erupting, just not in a very strong manner. The main threat from Sinabung, historically speaking, has been its pyroclastic flows, which can either be caused by eruption column collapse or lava dome collapse, but the latter has been the primary source during its 21st century eruptions. These pyroclastic flows in the 21st century devastated a large swath of its southeastern sector, and in one instance during 2018 traveled as much as 4.9 kilometers or 3 miles away from its summit. These pyroclastic flows cannot be outrun by a person, and per this scientific paper at Sinabung have been recorded at speeds of 303 kilometers per hour or 188 miles per hour. However, and as you might have noticed, these have largely traveled to the southeast sector. Why? Sinabung summit is higher on its north, northwest, and western sectors and lower on its southeastern, so pyroclastic flows which are largely controlled by gravity are naturally directed towards said lower point. That doesn't mean that pyroclastic flows can't go in other directions, it's just that they are less likely to. Hence, the current 2-kilometer exclusion zone around its summit in all directions, expanding to 3.5 kilometers in the aforementioned southeastern sector. However, there is some good news based on what I have recently seen at Sinabung so far. The behavior it is producing, while seemingly pre-eruptive in my opinion, signals to me that phreatic activity or moderately explosive lava dome building behavior is most likely where an eruption to begin. So, possibly more like the 2021 eruption rather than the 2018 eruption, although this is just speculation. Sinabung has been undergoing intermittent episodes of unrest, including one instance where it produced harmonic tremor, and this all occurred in the last few years, and these could be interpreted as the refilling of its magma chamber. If correct, it may have just taken until today for enough magma and volatiles to be present in its magma chamber for an intrusion to begin progressing upwards from there. With all of that in mind, let's say hypothetically Sinabung does erupt. The good news is that after its prior eruptions, most people in its highest risk zones were permanently relocated further away from the volcano. Now, I will admit that like Owu, Sinabung has a habit of pranking us scientists by showing signs of unrest, sometimes seemingly significant signs, and then doing absolutely nothing. This could very well be happening again, so no eruption occurring is also a possibility. Stay tuned for more updates.